Hey, it's Antti. I get a lot of questions how you can develop your own style and how I have kind of managed to get my own style. Let's have a small chat about how to get your own style. I think this is a really interesting question, how a photographer can develop their own style and how it becomes recognizable. And it's a really important thing, us as artists get that feeling that your pictures are in a way unique and people recognizes them even they don't see the name. I thought I will collect a bunch of websites of different photographers that I look up to, and in my opinion, they have a distinguished style already, that whenever I see their pictures, even without the name, I will see that this must be this guy's picture. That is a huge compliment and a really big achievement if a photographer can create their own style that is recognizable. And so let's have a small chat about what I think that you can do to develop your own style as being a retoucher or a photographer. So let's check out a couple of websites. So as I said, I collected a couple of websites of different photographers that I look up to. And so here's the first, Lilian Liu. Whenever I see a picture from this photographer, I basically know that is this photographer's picture. It's basically a combination of these concepts, how the models are stylized and what is the retouching techniques or what is the retouching in these pictures. So if you see the Lilian Liu's pictures, you'll see certain things in these pictures. And it comes from repeating the same kind of stuff, same kind of a concept, same kind of retouching, same kind of color palettes that people get kind of used to, that this is this photographer's signature look. As I said, this is one of the most important things that I can kind of give you, that you'd have to repeat your own thing. It doesn't come by imitating someone else, it comes by creating something new. And this is what I'm going to say basically all the time when we go through these. So as a first sample, Lilian Liu, amazing pictures. It's more like an alternative fashion, conceptual fashion, storytelling. There's always something really cool, small details in these pictures, and all the tones and color palettes, kind of desaturated, and then these kind of an orange and teal-ish look. And you see people starting to imitate these pictures, but they still draw attention to the original. Let's see another one. A lot of you guys might know Chris Knight has been doing workshops in RGG EDU and also in Creative Live, has a really movie themed quality kind of a light, really narrow beams of light, blocking and flagging the light, desaturated color palette, kind of a brownish tones, warm tones, keywords like movies and celebrities and old and fashion. And as you look on this portfolio, for example, in his website, you will see clearly what is his niche style, and he's been doing that for a longer time. So you'll start to see that, okay, this is his style, and if I want to use he as a photographer in my projects, you will know what to get. All characters, the models, the concept will change, but it all comes together of his signature style that he's been developing. The light is done in a certain way, the retouching is done with a certain way, the backdrops, concepts, elements, everything is like you get it. What kind of look is Chris Knight look? And this is something that people want to, in a way, imitate. Especially these, where he flags the light with a narrow beam to the face and concentrates on the light on a shorter area. This is what he's been doing. And developing that all the time and making tutorials and making us to know how he's doing the stuff. The same thing, repeat your own stuff after time. Then a bit of a different good friend, Felix, doing miniature pictures. So let's see some work. We will know when there's a miniature picture coming up of usually Cars or Star Wars or anything like that. It's Felix. Really amazing. He's been in blog posts explaining, giving back, showing workshops how he does it. He has his own style and been doing as a hobby first these miniatures, and you know, it's just a concept, smaller niche inside of this photography industry. Amazing stuff. I mean, of course he branches out on these different things. It's not all miniatures, but his signature style still stays on, even the concept or the photography style would be a different. Joey L, if you see a look of his portfolio, even like these, in a way, natural portraits in different locations, there's still a same kind of a quality in all of them. The color palettes, the story, the retouching, the light, everything is in a way unified. So usually when you see these kind of pictures, you first start thinking maybe this is a Joey L project. A lot of go into planning, and he has developed his own world around what he wants to do, not about following the different kind of styles. He's about storytelling, as is really, really amazing stuff. So you see the colors, you see the palettes, you see the stories in them. Sports photography, Tim Datter, for example, has made the big name in sport photography. If there's a lot of new retouching stuff done, maybe 3D or, you know, additional elements, that basically is a Tim Datter style. He pushes the sports photography out of this world, doing totally different stuff, coming up with the concepts. Smoke, powder, water, everything kind of and you kind of if you see something fresh done to the sport, you'll immediately go that maybe this is a Tim Datter, because Tim Datter pushes the envelope. Joel Grimes, how Joe Grimes lights, how he retouches, he's done so many same kind of stuff. It is his signature style. He pushes the envelope also with the doing the panoramic thing with a portrait, trying to do totally different stuff that anyone else is doing. So again, the style comes from doing something different, not doing something that everyone else is doing. So that's why it's really important to experiment, and sometimes you might find that maybe, hey, this is something that no one else is. And when you post that kind of picture, it will draw so much more interest and comments, and if people start to like that, and then you have to repeat it. And then people start to see that, okay, this is the person where all this new stuff comes from. One person that I really look up to is Eric Almos. His composite images and concepts are really amazing, and still they have the same quality of retouching and the tones and the palettes, even though the concept will change. He has done these so many times and so many different projects. Also a big educator, teach him, and one of the things is when you teach, you will get yourself better by kind of saying people what others should try to do. I hope you kind of start to understand where I'm kind of taking this whole thing, how you can develop your style. Eric Johansson, when he posts this image, you will see straight up that is his picture. He spends so much time on developing the concepts. All the approaches are long. It's not that he's just going to shoot. He has the clear vision in his mind about the concept, what it's all about, then the retouching, the photo shoot, the lighting, and then exposing those images to the world. And these are the things that we all follow and really, really like. It's the process, it's the repeating the same kind of stuff, same kind of themes around your work. Sue Bryce, as a portrait photographer, we all in a way know her style and what she has done to the photography industry. It's amazing. Natural light at first, and basically the posing and engagement, but then she's also now doing more flash photography when she got the information how she can imitate the natural light from Felix Kunz. You can almost see when her pictures come out that it's her signature style. She uses some of these plugins to get the tones, and she says that she's not really technical. She just, you know, does what she feels like, and kind of it's a passion, and you can see it from those pictures. And these are the things that people want to imitate. She has an amazing follow-up page, and she's a marketing genius also. Okay, something different, Jake Hicks, master of gel lighting. He's done so much stuff with the gels that every time I see a gel picture I will be first like, okay, this might be a Jake Hicks new stuff, because the portfolio is basically gel lighting. Repeat what is your niche, or think kind of a moves your own. Develop the retouching style and expose that to the people, and you will start to get your style. Don't imitate, create something new. And it is not something that you can force. So the style comes or it doesn't come. I don't know if my own style is also kind of developing, but people have said that I have my own style. So when I post something, they kind of recognize it. It's something that you don't see that clearly yourself, so it's in a way that as I've understood also that your own style is kind of given from outside also. My retouching style goes with the same process. I will develop the concept with the same style. I do a lot of, I think a lot of people think I'm more like a cosplay picture. I do a lot of cosplay pictures. That's my hobby in a way. I really like the movies, and that's where I'm kind of heading as my own work, because I just like movie posters, and that's as my personal work. That's what I enjoy doing really much, and then also these conceptual pictures. As I've always said, that personal work is always the most important work you can do. Your personal work is something that you do from your own heart. You put all the energy in them. You tend to use even more time on those than in client projects. If I want to kind of get everything kind of ideas together, so in my thoughts, your own style comes from deep inside of you. So you have to look at you, what drives you, what kind of pictures you want to create. Of course, you can be inspired by other photographers, but then you have to be bold enough to do something different along the lines. It can be a concept, it can be a retouching technique, it can be a subject that you're shooting, but it is there somewhere, but you cannot force it. Even artists, they need to draw a lot of different kind of paintings, and then they narrow it down to certain kind of a style, and it becomes recognizable after you have done similar work. Your own style is inside of you. Get inspired, don't imitate. Do what you feel, experiment, go wild, try to do something that no one else has done before. I'm pretty sure that someone has done it already, but do it your own way. So this was just this kind of a conversation to the camera about your own style. I really hope that you got something out of this babble of talk that I'm trying to say. So if you like this video, put a thumbs up, especially comment what you think about how an artist, a photographer can develop your own style, and do you agree, and what are your inspiration? Comment below, because I really like the engagement that these videos gives you, and of course subscribe to the video if you want me to do all these talks more. So this is it. I just wanted to kind of put this vlog out about your personal style and give heads up all these amazing photographers that I look up to. Of course there's plenty of more, a lot of people in Finland, a lot of people outside. Have a great day, and I will see you again on my next video. Cheers.